From the Albuquerque Journal, this is the leading news. I'm Chino Gutierrez. It's Monday, January 26th. Here's what we're covering on today's episode. A few hundred people marched through downtown Albuquerque on Sunday to protest Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, and the recent shooting deaths of 2 people in Minnesota. Despite icy conditions, demonstrators walked from the Bernalillo County Courthouse to Civic Plaza, chanting anti-ICE slogans and carrying signs calling for justice. The protest was sparked by the killing of both Renee Good and Alex Preddy, an ICU nurse. ICE said Good used her vehicle to threaten agents and claimed Preddy was armed, though video reportedly shows agents disarming him before he was shot. The deaths have fueled nationwide outrage and prompted congressional Democrats to threaten a partial government shutdown over ICE funding. In New Mexico, Democratic lawmakers are urging Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham to take further action. This comes as legislators are considering banning county contracts with ICE. Many of the protesters in Albuquerque said the shootings violated constitutional rights and compelled them to speak out, with several attending their first demonstration in years. Speakers at Civic Plaza called for protections for immigrants, accountability for law enforcement, and an end to detention practices they say are tearing families apart. New Mexico has faced physician shortages for decades, but lawmakers and healthcare groups now say the problem has reached a crisis point, even as conflicting data makes the true scale unclear. Hospital and physician organizations argue the state has lost 248 practicing doctors between 2019 and 2024, a figure they use to push for change to medical malpractice laws. That number comes from Medicare billing data tracking physicians that are actively seeking patients. However, other data tells a different story. National organizations and the KFF report that New Mexico actually gained doctors overall during that same period and now has more physicians per capita than several neighboring states. Meanwhile, state medical board records show the number of licensed physicians has more than doubled since 2019, though many of those doctors don't practice in New Mexico or are retired or inactive. Efforts to clarify the situation were hampered by a 2022 cyber attack that disrupted state workforce data, leaving no updated, comprehensive physician counts since 2021. Lawmakers openly acknowledged the uncertainty during a recent Senate debate. While nearly all New Mexico counties are federally designated as shortage areas, some since the 1970s, the lack of consistent data continues to muddy policy decisions as the legislature considers reforms aimed at boosting the medical workforce. The Institute of American Indian Arts, or IAIA in Santa Fe, will retain nearly 80% of its operating budget after Congress approved a federal appropriation protecting the school from deep funding cuts proposed by the Trump administration. The school will receive nearly $13.5 million under House Resolution 6938, a bipartisan spending bill covering federal agencies and other initiatives. Earlier this year, reports indicated the administration planned to cut up to 90% of funding for tribal colleges nationwide as part of a broader rollback of diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. IAIA leaders and federal lawmakers pushed back, warning the cuts would severely impact the school's mission and their students. IAIA President Shelley Lowe said the funding will allow the school to continue normal operations and its work supporting indigenous arts, culture, and leadership. New Mexico's congressional delegation, along with Democrat and Republican lawmakers, praised the bipartisan effort, emphasizing IAIA's national importance and its role in preserving Native American culture through higher education. And a powerful winter storm blanketed New Mexico with snowfall ranging from about an inch to more than 2 feet, causing slick roads, crashes, power outages, and travel disruptions. Albuquerque received 1 to 3 inches of snow, while the East Mountains saw 3 to 6 inches. Southern areas were hit harder, with Ski Apache near Alto reporting 31 inches, and Ruidoso receiving 6 to 10 inches on top of significant ice, leaving more than 2,000 residents without power. The hazardous conditions led to at least 32 crashes in Albuquerque on Saturday night, including 7 with serious injuries. This also prompted emergency services to transport 70 people to shelters. At the Albuquerque International Sunport, 20 flights were canceled and others delayed due to weather impacts across the region. Although snowfall has ended, officials warn that roads will remain icy, especially on bridges, and urge drivers to use caution and avoid travel when possible. Bitter cold is expected to follow, with overnight temperatures dropping into the teens across much of the state and potentially breaking records in eastern New Mexico. Officials also encourage residents to check on vulnerable neighbors and bring pets indoors to stay warm. The Leading News is powered by the journalism of the Albuquerque Journal. If you enjoy hearing all of the stories we share with you here daily, please consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Journal by utilizing the discount code in our show notes. Every subscription helps support local journalism and allows us to provide you with the news that matters to you. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast. Today you can expect sunny skies with a high near 43, and as for this evening, mostly clear with a low around 17. To keep up with all the latest news and the Journal's other podcasts, you can visit our website at abqjournal.com. That's the Leading News. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back tomorrow.